All right, here we go with game number 3. The players are doing their opening mulligans. Dinh just doing a little bit of show to the camera, I think, there, which is nice. What's interesting is game 2, off of the final Develop Your Brain from Clement, or again, sorry if I'm mispronouncing the name, but, didn't go for a full mulligan 7? Anyways, for game 2, I don't know if he played a sail to get, because he was like digging into his deck. I have to go back and check because I am recording these live, these voiceovers live. Um, because he did have like a lot of ink still available, and he put a Pirate's Life to the bottom of his deck. I didn't know if he had any other cards in his hand. Again, I have to go back and double check, but he may have been able to ink twice and play the Pirate's Life to maybe win the game, because I think he ended up going to 18 off of the Tamatoa quest from game 2. But I'm probably wrong. I'm sure these players are very much aware of their situations as they go through it. Anyways, a much better start from Clement for game 1 in that popsicle. I assume he has the ramp for turn 2 as well. Then also, with a really good opening hand, popsicle into ramp. That's all you really want to see. We see that's not good. Oh man, we see an ink and a pass. So no turn 2 ramp. Dinh is probably feeling very happy there. Instead of the sail, goes for the Tipo. And I would think sail is better in these scenarios because you value the card advantage over the character. But for the way that Dinh's deck is designed, the Tipo actually has a role because the Tipo plus the Grandma can sing a Pirate's Life. Yeah, you see a mana come down early here. And without the turn, well, I mean, Clement did claw back the advantage with the Fishbone Quill, but it's a turn too late. But you can see here that Dinh is valuing putting the pressure on with the McDuck Manor because he was able to get that turn 2 ramp. So his turn 3 becomes McDuck Manor instead of, a 3 cost play. So now he's putting Clement on a clock again, and he needs to find that answer to the location, which he does have a few of. I believe he's playing at least 2 hideaways. We see a double ink here into a sail. What did he rip? A vision? Okay. The issue with Hideaway, I mean, I guess it's maybe not much of an issue in this matchup for the way that Dinh's list is configured. Like, you probably don't mind Hideawaying the McDuck Manor on curve, like before they get up to the critical mass of ink, because, Dinh is just going to be playing his single interaction every turn anyways. He's not really a traditional ramp to remove Ruby Sapphire deck. So here we're going to see the Brawl come in on the Hiram, the quest with the Tipo, move Tipo to the Manor, and then ink for turn and pass. There's no way he'd move Tipo to the Manor unless he was going to do that. So, well, I mean, he could play a Develop, I guess, as your 1 cost, or another Popsicle, but if he had that, he would have probably done that as his first interaction of the game. Second Hiram comes in, but Dinh is already at 4 lore, despite being on the draw with that Hiram. With that McDuck Manor. We're going to see continued ink off of the Fishbone Quill being triggered there. And Clement just continues to ramp. I don't think you want to ink that Pirate's Life. He wants to play that Develop Your Brain, though, it looks like. Because he knows he needs to find the answer to... Yeah, he keeps the Pirate's Life. I mean, you might have had to. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, it's luck of the draw, right? Dinh finds his Hiram, draws 2, and it's looking like it might be a 3-0. Another Popsicle. Clement now has to deal with this Hiram and this McDuck Manor. Goes to 7, gaining 3 lore this turn already from the quest and the McDuck Manor. Ink a Shark to putting Maui on, putting Hiram on the McDuck Manor. But you can see the different venues of attack that I think this is unique for Dinh's deck in this mirror match, right? He can choose to attack with the Shark versus attack with the Manor. I'm saying attack, but like, you know what I mean, right? Like, put the pressure on with these things. Brawl and Hideaway comes through, so Clement finally getting some answers. So he does deal with both in probably the most efficient way possible. Then still with a lot of cards in hand, though, which isn't great for Clement, he ends up banishing that fishbone as well, which is fine at this point because he's already got a lot of ramp off of it. But if Dinh does have a second Hiram, I mean, he does have a popsicle on board that he can use to continue to keep his hand healthy. And another popsicle comes in. Popsicle, one of the best cards in the game for sure. Along with this card, Vision. Just so much value. And the only reason Popsicle is so good, obviously, is because of Hiram. But yeah, this is a very interesting build, that's for sure. Dinh's got a couple ink available to him still. Is going to continue to put on pressure, putting down that super goof just for the 2 lore gain, going to 9. So gets the 2 lore in the end and end the quest with a Tipo to go to 10. He says, you put out my McDuck Manor, that's fine. I've got another way to gain 2 lore instantaneously. And once again, putting Clement on. You turn stuff sideways. My shark, my super goof is going to answer it. You need the answers to them. And Clement has double lucky diamond hand once again. Not what you want to see. It's just too slow. So 1 dime is deployed. Don't tell me he's going to quest with Hiram and banish the lucky dime. Pay 7 to draw 2. No way, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Just not a very efficient use. Doesn't quest with the Hiram to leave it exposed to the Goofy, but again, Shark plus how far I'll go. Replace itself, get a free ramp for next turn, and gain a lore. Quest with that Tipo. How many times has that Tipo quested? 4 times? Like, you just don't have efficient interaction as the Ruby Sapphire player to deal with these certain setups by Dinh. I do think that Ruby Sapphire, you know, people complain about this deck, but it is very beatable. Okay, we see Clement put the Scar to the bottom and take the Vision. There is the Dragon. He can't play it this turn though, and a Be Prepared. Whew, that takes the B prep because he has to deal with the board. He's not going to B prep this turn though, I don't imagine. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, what? Dinh has 4 cards in hand still. That's a lot for his kind, for like the deck that he's playing. From what I've gathered over these past couple of games, like, he can have, he's already at 12, so he can have such significant interaction to just push him over the edge. Like, it's really making Clement's deck look like it just can't do anything. And he's been on the play twice. Again, you know, probably a really great player, made it this far, right? Was second in Swiss even. We do see the banish. That means he's probably going to try to be prep. I mean, you can't even... Okay, play with Popsicle because he hasn't inked for turn yet, so he can still ink and then be prep. Ink a Hiram. Dinh already knows you. That's what you're going for. He's dealt with the Manors. He's dealt with 1 Shark. He's like, what else do you got? Please don't put down another Manor. And that's exactly what Dinh does. Clement kind of winces a little bit if I caught that facial expression there. 2 more for another Vision. Had to do a quick mute there for a sneeze, but I did not see what Dinh grabbed. Don't even know if the camera revealed it. 2 left, but he can still ink for turn here. I mean, there is no significant interaction with 3 ink that he could really do, right? Yeah, just ink and pass. No develops, nothing else further. And he inked a Shark, which is very interesting. All right, Clement with, again, a lot of cards in his hand, but not anything that really can answer this Manor efficiently. We need more efficient rush characters in this game, I think, for sure, right? He's got double Pirate's Life, or sorry, single Pirate's Life and double Super Goof. So he's got 6 lore waiting in his hand, as well as a drain too. I guess he didn't really care about the extra lore gain for the Pirate's Life off the Maui Shark. That's why he inked it. Clement really is going to have to utilize this Pirate's Life. He's got 2 ink left, though. He's going to ink another here and just pass. Because, again, the Tamatoa just can't do much. Then just draws another manner, another expression, I guess you could say, from Clement. And he passes, keeping those Super Goofs and the Pirate's Life, not inking in order to play one. Because he's saying, you can't deal with these manners. He went to 14 last turn. I don't know if he's showing the camera or showing like somebody off to the side as what he's got. It's kind of a psychological thing too, right? As a card game player, kind of just flexing that, yeah, I got this in the bag. I got my answers. I know what I'm doing here. I'm feeling comfortable. I can kind of read what you're doing. Look what I got. I'm prepared. So Clement's sweating a little bit, which is kind of clear, right? I mean, again, not really his fault. It's kind of the deck that's let him down a little bit with these like multiple lucky dimes in his hand that have been dead the whole match. Literally had to pay 7 to draw 2 for a Hiram. That puts him in a really rough spot. Again, his deck probably good into like everything else in the field. Definitely has a better matchup into Ruby Amethyst than what we saw at the North American Championships from the red-blue list that were featured, at least, right? The ones that like didn't have lucky dimes and stuff in them. But into this matchup here, it's pretty rough, and it's pretty clear to see why. So I think he does have the Scar in hand, right? Which he can probably deploy here, but he probably thinks that Dinh is holding on to a B prep. So again, he's like, I'm going to deploy the Scar, use the Tamatoa and the Scar to deal with a manner, which again, I'm not saying this is the correct play, but I'm just like, if you're thinking this out, right? I have 2 of my bigger bodies, including one of my direct answers to a manner in the Scar, and then I get taken out by a B prep. And then he still has 1 manner up. So he's going to go to 16, yeah. So he does end up doing the play, taking out the manner, because he has to slow him down. He pays 6 for a Pirate's Life, putting, basically, Dinh's going to stay at 14. He's going to go to 12, gain 2, go back up to 14 off the 1 manner. And Clement just has to hope he does not have the B prep, which I don't think he did, right? He had the double Goofy and the Pirate's Life. But what's funny is he could just go double Goofy here, go to 18. Oh, but the double Goofy doesn't take out the Scar. Never mind. The Scar is 6/5. So what Dinh could do, if he has enough, does he have 10 ink? He could do 1 Goofy and a Pirate's Life. Because then next turn, Clement takes out the manner. Nope, he's just going to go for Grandma. Okay. Makes sense. Because Clement has to take out the manner next turn, and then that leaves his characters exerted, which then opens up the path for the Super Goof anyway. So I think either line of play would have worked there. But again, if he needed to scry with Grandma to ink, but I guess he could have inked the Grandma too, like it wouldn't have mattered. How was that 16? Oh, because he played the Pirate's Life as well. Yeah. So we went to 12, 14 off the manner, then 16 because he played Pirate's Life, putting Clement back down to 3. And now Clement has to deal with a readied character as well as a manner. And I guess this play from Dinh plays around another Pirate's Life, which we can see Clement does have in hand. My chair was also creaking there, so I don't know if the mic picks that up. But just in case it does, it's the chair. Okay? Anyways, yeah, he's taking a look at his discard. So Dinh playing this is the safer play, which makes sense. He still got both of those Super Goofs in hand, and this locks up the game for him next turn, right? So this play obviously is better than what I was saying with playing out a 1 Super Goof and then a Pirate's Life. Well, I guess it's more or less the same, but no, I think this play is still better because Clement has to exert resources to take out the manner, which leaves both of his characters open to the double Goofy. And then he has to take out the Grandma, which he probably does with, again, a Maleficent I think he has in his hand. He can't raise because he's only on 3. So, yep. So this is how Dinh caters Oh, he's going to go for the lucky dime instead. But that doesn't really... I mean, your opponent's on 16. You know he has multiple Super Goose and Pirate's Life. Even if he has one of those and not double that we know he has. That's a rough spot. Okay, he plays the Pirate's Life. Puts Din back down to 14. Buys him one extra turn here. I didn't know he had enough to play both the Pirate's Life and the Lucky Dime, so that actually can help. The Maui and the Super Goof. Wow, Maui top deck. That hurts. Grandma putting Din up to 17, I believe. Yep. Because the Super Goof gained 2 and then the Grandma gains 1. He's got another Super Goof in hand, so he'll go to 19. So those not inking the Pirate's Life has kept Clement in the game. He's going to play a Maldragon, gain 2 lore with the Lucky Dime, go to 7. He had to take out the Grandma with the Scar. It should have 3 points of damage on it, should it not? Top decks another Maui and uses up his whole hand. Goes to 19 off the Super Goof. Din can top deck a Hiram here, which can get a Maui Shark and an item and an action to close out the game. Another Pirate's Life. But now Clement has barely stayed in this game and actually has a chance to close it out. There's how far I'll go. Do we see another Scry card here? Visions? Nope, Sail. A Hiram. If Clement has another Tamatoa, he does have game. He might still have game. Like 7, he quests, he has 5 on board, goes to 18. I don't think he does though. I think he's a Brawl, another Shark. The Brawl will gain him a lore, so if he has 2 actions, it's also game. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, or 1 action and a so that's 2. Yeah, that should be game. Yeah. Oh, he ended up getting the Pirate's Life at the end. Ooh, so Clement stays in it, does not get 3-0'd. Very nice. That was a hard fought battle though. Holy moly. Pay 7 to draw 2 basically, right? From a while ago. So he ended up pulling it out. So we will see a game 4. But now Din was back on the play. It's going to be another uphill battle. All right. I guess let's move to game 4.